So how do you get this done? Well, like we mentioned earlier, the first step, of course, was to get a life cast of the actor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here he is getting his life cast to mimic the effects that's needed for the Terminator. And being a perfectionist, of course, for accuracy, this meant that the actual robot skull was actually a perfect fit that came from the head of Arnold Schwarzenegger. This also meant that the robot jawline is actually exactly Arnold's jawline as well. Now, in the movie, there are many different versions of the different Terminators, depending on what the robot needed to do in a specific shot, which we'll see in a moment. For example, there was a 2-foot-tall Terminator, and he was used in stop-motion animation sequences when they needed the full-body robot walking around, and you could see him from head to toe, shown in full body walking through fire, stuff like that, optically composited in, of course. There was also a half-torso version for medium shots that allowed for sculptor Shane Mahan there to walk and bob around. And of course, this had full head, eyes, neck, jaw, radio-controlled ability. So this was actually a fantastic innovation here, is that, you know, you have basically a puppeteer walking around providing the gait and the walking motion of the Terminator, and as long as you're shooting him from basically the stomach up, he can go anywhere he needs to go, and his head and his eyes and everything still moves perfectly, you know, due to the puppeteers controlling that off camera. There was also another version that was flame retardant, so it could be engulfed in an inferno for just a few frames or so. There was a stunt version, a lightweight, quick and dirty version that actually could be exploded. Now, here's the trouble. The shot called for a small explosion that would separate the torso from the robot from his legs. And the crew hid cables from the shoulders, so when the blast went off, they would just yank the torso up a little bit and just have the torso kind of fall off because the robot split in two. Here's the problem. The trouble is, the pyrotechnics crew wrapped 20 feet of primer cord through the legs, which amounted to about 40 M80s. There was only one stunt double. This is why it makes sense to build duplicates, right? It completely disintegrated the animatronic. So you'll notice in the clip, they had to actually cut away. In the movie, you'll see the edit has to cut away, and then they'll cut back to the shot in order to drop a new torso down from the ceiling to complete the continuity of the film. There was also a couple of other different versions of heads and hands fully articulated to grab and claw at our heroes, and heads for close-up shots when it's getting crushed, which would make pretty cool souvenirs. So let's take a look at some of this in action and take special note of the massive explosion that obliterated the model, the cutaway, and then of course them just dropping the Terminator down from a few feet above the camera. Take a look.
They can't track us. Ah!